princess. I'm half cat, half shark, and I used to live here. A week ago, I got kicked out because I didn't pay bills. I don't know who Bills is, so I live here now.
There she is!
Hello? Hey! What are you doing?
It's time for your mugshot, little shark. Stay here. I'll be back.
Huh? Maybe I could quickly use this to find a cheap place to live before he comes back. I always knew that this day would come. You know, life really isn't easy for a shark. Hopefully I can find some affordable housing, otherwise I'm gonna be homeless. There's one result for $550 a month? Wait, that's such a steal. Oh, why is there no pictures? Single room, shared kitchen, shared bathroom? So I would have a roommate, but there's no deposit. I guess it's my only option. I'll submit an application, sure. Princess, you think they'll be okay with the shark? So I guess now I have to wait until someone checks out my application. You tiredly wait for the application to go through before you shut your old laptop with a sigh. This ancient thing that has clearly seen better days somehow already managed to start hyperventilating after you opened it just a couple of tabs. You promptly put it in your backpack as you lean back in your seat. Damn, I'm broke. You can't help but let out a sour chuckle. Anyone else would probably find this old, worn-down diner seat extremely uncomfortable, but you don't have the luxury of complaining. Gotta zip it. In fact, it might be the softest thing you sat on in a week. Yes, because I've been living in concrete. Unaware of your own actions, you start anxiously fidgeting with your phone, silently praying to all the possible gods out there that your application will be approved. Please get approved. Please get approved. I can't sleep outside again. It's cold. The floor is cold. And people are mean. They spit on me. 9, 10. At this point, you've been homeless for 11 months. Nearly a year. After saving all the money you could for several months, you finally were able to save enough to rent an apartment. I only have enough to rent it for a month. But hopefully, my roommate will like me enough that they'll let me stay for free. Or at least that's what you thought. In 11 months of your homelessness, the housing prices only went up, making it practically impossible for you to find anything affordable at this point. You've practically searched every housing website hoping to at least get some the old room, but nothing has ever even nearly in your price range. Can we get housing for free? Please? Outside is cold. It was raining today, you know? My hair got wet. But this listing was everything you could ever ask for. You were thanking whoever was up there in the sky, down there in the pits of hell. That's more like it. That you managed to apply basically minutes after the listing went live. Yes, you know what? Since I was one of the firsts, I have to have a chance. I definitely need to. Sure, it is shady as hell. No deposit, no required credit history. There aren't even any pictures. And as a cherry on top, you'll have to live with some random guy you have no information about. Wait, my roommate is a guy? You were so eager to get it first, too, that you didn't even ask for a tour. If anything, you're almost entirely sure that it's probably some old shed or even worse. A human trafficking trap. You're already at the point where you don't even care. You feel like you'll go insane if you have to spend another night out in the streets. You shudder at the memories. And I'm pretty hungry too. You know, the only thing there is to eat at the streets are roaches and rats. And those are not really part of my diet.
Huh?
Yeah, anything is better than that. Wait, I just got a notification. Could it be? You can swear your heart speaks a beat as your phone skips. What is wrong with my brain right now? All my time living outside, my brain is rotting from all the roach juice I drank, huh? You can swear your heart skips a beat as your phone lights up with a new notification on this home screen. It's an email from the housing website. An email already? Yes? Who is it? Is it good news? Could it be? You impatiently unlock your phone, somehow managing to enter your password incorrectly twice before you do. You quickly locate the email app and anxiously start reading. Thank you for your application. princess. We appreciate you using our services and what? And our smart algorithm has picked these 5 other apartments for you to look at. Ugh, are you kidding me? I just applied and already got an ad. You silently cursed the website. So like, fuck you, stupid bitch. Thinking that it could have been better if they paid for your rent instead of financing these ads that no one probably even looks at. Well, besides you, all busy with your, that's a big word, grandiose brain. I guess I don't have much of a brain if I don't know what that word means. Session, you almost skip another notification that quickly floats into your phone screen. It's yet another email. I swear to God, if it's another ad, I'm gonna curse under my breath again. But it isn't. It's an email sent by whoever has posted the room listing. Okay, guys, be prepared, okay? Hit the like button if you are watching this right now. Hit the like button, okay? Please. Fingers crossed. Hope that I get it. The first thing you note is its ridiculous length. It's short. Too short. In fact, there are only 3 lines, 2 of them being Dear Princess and B.R. Sungmin Kim, the name of the original poster. Is this listing shady? The middle line just says, if you come to the apartment to sign the contract within 30 minutes, I'll give you the key. Wait! That's kinda shady! You're trying to take advantage of me! Now you're entirely sure that your heart is skipping at least 30 beats a minute. Do you hear my chair? Imagine that, but it's the sound of my heart. You immediately spring from the seat, grabbing your backpack on the way before your attention is caught by a sad small cup of unfinished coffee on the table. Ugh, I like coffee? Since when did I start liking coffee? Coffee tastes like dirt. Squeezing your lips with rising guilt, you quickly grab and drink the cold remains before putting it back down and storming out of the diner. Well, let's go. I guess we're going for it. We're going to the sketchy man's apartment. Why not? I mean, it's better than living out on the cold streets where people dump their trash on me.
You are trash!
Will this finally be the day that ends your homeless life for good? Please? Please? You find yourself in front of an apartment door, trying to catch your breath. Oh. You don't particularly know how, but you somehow managed to make it in time. However, now you aren't even sure that you're in front of the correct apartment in the first place. You were fully expecting some shady and old building, but it turned out to be just some average apartment complex. Something you could probably never even dream of affording in your current state. That makes this even more suspicious. I should be careful. I should be careful. My shark tail is tingling. That means, I don't know what that means. You hesitate for a good minute before letting out an anxious sigh and pressing the doorbell button. Ding ding! You hear the ordinary buzz sound play on the other side of the room and then complete silence. Oh, Mr. Landlord, please don't ghost me. I don't bite. The silence gets quickly interrupted though, as you hear some faint footstep sounds behind the door. Oh, look, this is him.
The door is open. Jolt.
As the sound of a man's voice comes from within the apartment, but almost instinctively push the door open. Still hesitant, you awkwardly step into the entrance. Let's see, what if he's hot? I don't think so. I just want to live in his house. As you walk in, you almost immediately get taken aback by your surroundings. Looks pretty normal. You've replayed so many made-up horror scenarios in your head on your way here that the sight of an ordinary-looking hallway suddenly seems scarier than anything you could have come up with. That's when I let the anxiety speak for me. I try not to let it do that. There's no one in sight, so you just default to a polite stance in front of the entrance door, not even daring to make a single step. Now that you're actually in the apartment, and now that you've confirmed that it looks more or less normal, your anxiety levels are going through the roof. You have to make a good impression.
Okay.
You won't have another chance like this. Mustache.
Princess, I assume?
You almost jump as a tall, slouched man suddenly appears in one of the doorways of the hallway you are in. You don't immediately realize that he is dressed in a suit because of how disheveled and scruffy he appears to be. Albeit, you're not in any position to judge. His eye bags almost seem to merge with his dark eyes as he tiredly looks straight at you. If your eyesight was just a bit worse, you would have even thought he had 2 big holes for eyes, given how pale his skin is otherwise. Vampire! Dumbfounded, you stare back at him, thinking that his eye contact is going on for a bit too long for your taste. Before you realize that it's your cue to respond, oh, I have a choice to make? Yes, that's me. Wrong, my name is actually... Are you a psychic? What do I respond with? Should I just be quirky and just say, aye, aye, Captain? Maybe he'll get the SpongeBob reference.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain! We can be besties. Aye, aye, Captain! If he cringes at this, I don't like him anymore. 'Tis me, Princess. The man looks at you in utter confusion for what feels like a minute before hesitantly speaking. Why are you looking at me like that? Don't you got a sense of humor or something?
Right.
Mustachio.
Well, my name is Sung Min Kim, but just the name is fine. Now, if you don't mind, I'll be late for work if we don't hurry. So if you just follow me to the kitchen.
Oh, the man then wastes no time as he promptly walks into the kitchen and you're left with no choice but to follow him in. Okay, I guess, okay, he doesn't care. Whatever, I just need somewhere to sleep tonight at least. You step into the kitchen and once again, get temporarily stunned by just how normal everything looks. Sure, you can tell that someone lives here by small stains and patches of dust here and there, but if you had to choose, you'd happily use this place to take some photos for online housing ads or something. Speaking of photos, you thank heavens for the millionth time today. If Sungmin put up pictures of his apartment, it would have gotten snatched before you could even apply. Yeah, it would have, huh? Somebody else would have snatched it before me. You don't even know if that was just pure laziness or simple lack of time, but you couldn't feel more grateful to the man in front of you for leaving the listing so empty. But you shouldn't feel grateful just yet. You still haven't signed the contract. Right, I gotta sign the contract first.
Now, if you just look through the papers and sign at the places I marked.
Huh?
The papers on the table? It's the contract.
Oh, hold on. Oh shit, I farted. Sorry. Mustachio. Wait, that's that it? That can't be right. He won't even ask for any additional information.
If you're concerned about the rent, the payment is obviously upfront, but we can go through that in the evening. If I stay any longer, I will probably get fired for being late. You're free to move your stuff and unpack though.
Oh, thank you. But
if you're not interested, that's fine too, but then I'd appreciate it if you...
No, slow down. I'll take the mustache off. I'll sign. I'm interested. I can't lose this place.
Wow, you're an eager one, aren't you?
Right? Clearly, this man is not all too concerned about who his new flatmate will be. If he was, he wouldn't have put up an empty listing and responded to a random application within minutes of receiving it. You can't even afford to care about his reasons at this point. It's a good apartment. The rent is something you can afford, and the only tenant doesn't look all too crazy. He looks normal, right? Right? Leave a comment down below. He looks normal. Yeah, nothing wrong with him at all. You quickly grab the papers with slightly trembling hands as you read through them. After making sure that it really isn't some part of a human trafficking ring, you take the pen laying around on the table and find the marked spots Sungmin mentioned. Oh, I get to sign my name! Yes. Oh, look at how fancy. Princess. Wow, fancy. After you sign, you audibly breathe out. Oh, sorry. Burp came out. Before handing the papers to Sungmin. He quickly goes through them and then nods at you.
Great.
Mustache. It's a little off, but
Great. Your room is the one opposite of the bathroom. It's the right of the kitchen. That should be it for now. All right.
the man in front of you feels around his pockets. Why are you feeling around your pockets, sir? For a brief second before putting his hand into one and taking something out.
Here's the key.
Oh, right, the key.
Just don't lose it.
Ah! Look! I got a key! Yes, I live here now. Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Your hands seem to shake even more as Seungmin puts a simple metallic key into them. I won't.
That would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, we'll handle the payment later. I should get going.
Right.
Lock the door after me?
Ah, yes. Yes, of course, right? You try to shake off your stupor? You still can't believe that you're officially not homeless anymore. Yippee! Yippee! No more cold streets. No more homeless men putting their feet on my face. Yippee! Still somewhat stupefied, you follow Sungmin back to the entrance where he proceeds to put his shoes on. Shoes that look as scruffy as he is. And then stands straight in front of the door. As straight as his slouched back allows him to anyway.
Just make sure to lock it properly. And don't let strangers in.
I'm not a kid. I at least know, this much.
Right. Well, I will see you in the evening. I'd be happy to have you for dinner.
Okay, bye. I got the whole place to myself. With that, Sungmin leaves through the entrance door, and you, wasting no time, shut and lock it. Yes, I got the place to myself. Such a simple motion, yet it feels so foreign to you. While on different levels, you are now also a resident of this apartment. You own a key, you can lock the door, you can sleep in your own room. So simple yet so foreign. You squeeze the key that's already made home in your palm and can't help but let a nervous smile curl your lips. Look, let me smile. Frown. Smile. I did it! I really did! Still overcome with a mix of relief and excitement, you locate your room that, just like Sungmin said, is the opposite of the bathroom. Oh, am I close to the bathroom? You walk through a simple door into a bedroom that appears to be just as simple. Just the way I like it. You're surprised to find that it's actually fully furnished. Bed and desk included. Oh, alright, I can play games. At this point, you wouldn't even mind stepping on the floor, but you, seeing how the bed even has its own bed sheets, you almost tear up. If this is a dream, I will be so pissed. But it isn't, and you can hardly believe it. Well, I guess I might as well unpack. The only good thing about being homeless is that besides the backpack always glued to your shoulders, you have no other things. You take it off and start going through your carefully packed stuff. What do I got in my backpack? Finally done with putting your things away, you turn towards your new bed and look down at it with rising temptation. No longer able to resist, you let yourself fall onto the fresh bed sheets. Oh, that's the best feeling ever. So soft. And all yours. You rub your face against the pillow with a smile. It feels like the luck you've accumulated.
Why did I say it like that? Accumulated?
Accumulated throughout the year was all poured into this one day. Who knows? Maybe in the future you will even be able to rent an apartment of your own. Everything seems possible now. Really does. You don't notice how your eyelids start feeling heavier and heavier by the time you realize and open your eyes. A few minutes have already passed. Nothing like a good old nap. Luckily though, you don't have a shift today. Might as well take a nap. A really lucky day, huh? Left with no energy to even think, you let yourself fall into the deep slumber. Ram. That's my snore. That's my snore impression. When you open your eyes again, it's already dark outside. Feeling strangely satisfied and refreshed, you stretch and slowly sit up. God, I haven't slept this good in a long time. Right, someone said that you'd sort out the rent payment in the evening, and he even offered to have dinner together. Free food. Crap. But this is not what's important right now. You feel a sense of anxiety build up in your throat as you check the time on your phone. 10:27 p.m. Damn, I thought I was just gonna take a little nap. Crap! While you silently curse yourself for being so careless, you get off the bed and start unconsciously walking back and forth. I mean, if you really cared, you would have woken me up, right? It's not like you locked the room or anything. Yeah, you could have just came in here and woken me up. Speaking of that, is he even home? Wait, where is he? You cautiously tiptoe towards the door and quietly put your ear against it, trying to see if you can catch any sounds. See, you gotta be sneaky. Oh, he's here. Oh, you can clearly make out some footsteps or sounds and moving noises coming from the outside of your room. Great. Wonderful. You're not getting kicked out just yet. Maybe the dinner offer is still on the table too. Not wanting to wait any longer, you swing the door open and walk into the hallway. I mean, I live here now, so I can do whatever I want. Surprisingly, the hallway looks really different when it's dark. It almost has this new feel to it. Very different from the plastic perfect filming set you've witnessed earlier. You don't spend much time mulling over your perception of the hallway though, as your attention is caught by the light coming from the kitchen. The sounds are coming from there too. You don't have to be a Sherlock to deduce that Sungmin is there, so not wasting any time, you walk towards the light. Wait, what? What happened? What's going on? This can't be? What happened? What the hell? That's a foot! You got a foot fetish? Wow, whose feet are you eating, nasty? Oh, hey, this can't be that, right? Come on, princess. You're not stupid. There has to be an explanation. Right? That's, early Halloween decorations, movie props, hyper-realistic cake. Come on, what else could it be? A cake, movie props? Like, it's a good cake, I guess? Is that a hyper-realistic cake you're making? You know, like in those videos where everything is cake, you know? Those are all cakes, right? Like, that's a cake, that's a cake. That's definitely like cake balls. Yeah, totally.
No, these are real human body parts.
Oh, come on. You were supposed to agree with me.
Oh, sorry. This is just, a weird-looking pig.
A pig? Really? A pig? And you just started thinking you lucked out with this apartment. Okay. You know what? I'm no snitch. I ain't no snitch. What is he? A serial murderer? A cannibal? A serial cannibal? No, wait, that's wrong. A cannibal cereal?
If you're thinking about calling the police, I'd advise you against it.
Oh, no. I ain't no snitch. Not me. Of course you're calling the police. Next thing you'll know, it'll be your leg he has on that cutting board. You just got out of homelessness and you're not about to die to some cannibal serial murderer in a pink apron now. Wait, but the pink apron kind of makes him look a little bit adorable.
You do not understand that if I get arrested, you will no longer be able to stay here, right?
Do you read thoughts too?
I don't.
How do you know I want to stay here anyways? Just so you know, Mr. Sungmin, I have a grandma I can stay with at any time.
No, you don't, Miss Princess. And even if you do, you probably hate her enough to apply to a random suspicious listing and sign the contract all in the same day.
Oh, he's smart. He's smart. He got me there. So you did it on purpose?
Well, something like that.
Why are you smirking, sir? But he's right. There's nowhere else you can go now, and your only choice will be to return live on the streets. It'd be silly to think police would help with your situation too. Man, what the hell? Are you going to eat it?
Yes? It's too much meat though, so I'm just going to store it for the future.
Sir, that was someone's foot. Unless that was the homeless man who shoved his foot on my face the other day.
I don't get such tender meat often. It would be a pity if it went to waste.
Why is it tender? Ugh, this wasn't the dinner he was talking about, was it? Was he was gonna cook this foot and have me eat it? What are you even supposed to do now? Do you really have to tolerate a cannibal living literally in the same apartment as you? But the life on the streets, the feeling of your skin being so dirty that no matter how hard you scrub it, nothing makes you feel clean. The long nights spent dumpster diving, going through pounds of discarded food just to be chased away by minimum wage employees that, in retrospect, are in no better situation than your own. I have a point, okay? I've been going through it. The worst thing I could do is turn him in and be homeless again. You shudder at the memories. Listen,
Yes?
anything is better than going back there at this point. Hey, if they catch you, don't involve me. And don't eat me.
Deal. It might take me a while, and as you can see, it's really messy. So let's talk about your payment tomorrow.
Right.
Well, you probably better go sleep, unless you want to watch.
No, thanks.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow then.
Yeah.
Good night, my new housemate. Don't forget that I know where you sleep.
Okay. We literally live in the same apartment. Why wouldn't you?
Just thought I should remind you.
Right. I'm leaving now. I'm going this way, and you're going to stay here.
Good night.
You feel like you won't be able to sleep tonight, but surprising you zonk out pretty quickly. Hey, come on, I've been spending so much time in the streets. Of course I'd fall asleep in an instant. The next few days you are still overcome with a faint sense of panic, afraid that Sungmin will eat you, or even worse, the police finds him and you will have to go back to the streets. But contrary to your fears, nothing really happens. In fact, after handling the first rent payment, you don't even see him at all that much. Your shift typically starts in the early morning and ends somewhere during daytime or evening, depending on the day, so you thought you would at least catch him coming home? And yet, despite all that, you don't even ever see him leave the apartment. His shoes are already gone by the time you wake up. Good thing he's an early birdie. 3 weeks go by without you noticing, and still, you can count the amount of times you've crossed paths with Sungmin on your one hand. Those few times that you did see him, you could feel his gaze linger on you. You're not sure what that is about, but even when he is not around, you can still feel his eyes slapping at your skin. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night to the sounds coming from the kitchen, which your imagination twists into the sickest imagery. But aside, you really have nothing to complain about. That's true, I can't complain. You can't be more grateful to have a solid roof above your head and somewhere to return after work every day. Some form of steady housing really does change your life for the better. You don't have to worry about where to sleep every single night, about not being able to shower when you want, about the chance of getting robbed if you're not careful enough, about having some privacy and so on. You hate to admit it, but you really don't regret staying here even a bit. You condemn that Sungmin does, but considering you're not really exposed to it anyway, even the constant dread of being butchered or kicked out if he's ever found out slowly leaves your mind. Surprisingly, even your funds start looking better now that you're able to take on more hours and leech off Sungmin's Wi-Fi. Hell, you even start considering getting a second job. Everything seems almost too good to be true. What the? A loud sound coming from somewhere within the apartment suddenly pulls you out of your deep slumber. Did something fall? Or even worse, someone! An image of Sungmin dragged a new corpse into the apartment suddenly pops into your head. What if something happened? You spend a couple of minutes sleepily contemplating if you'd rather this sound be a corpse about to be devoured by your landlord or the very same landlord collapsing on the floor. Ugh, whatever. If it's a corpse, I'll just pretend it's a hyper-realistic cake. Duh. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Cake. Yes. It's cake. I'm gonna gaslight myself. It's cake. It's cake. It's cake. Cake is good. Cake is healthy. Cake is good for the brain. As you step into the hallway, you quickly realize you weren't worried for no reason. Your housemate is on the floor, looking as if he had collapsed a few minutes prior, and you guess that's what probably happened too. You waste no time and quickly walk up to him. Hey? Oh. Hello? Hey!
No need to yell.
Oh, finally. Good morning, USA. What happened? You okay?
I wanted to shower, but I'm too tired and young. Oh.
That was his stomach, damn. And now that he mentions it, you do realize that the man in front of you smells badly, awfully. I might not even say that. I don't even know what that word means. Your thesaurus session of listing synonyms for the word bad gets interrupted by Sungmin lightly groaning as he attempts to stand up. Jeez, what time even is it? Definitely past 12 a.m. at this point. And he just came back from work? As just another wage slave? You can't help but feel bad for him. Oh, sure, he might be living in this nice apartment, and you would lie if you said you didn't feel a twinge of jealousy. But what even is the point of having it if you just come here to sleep? This newfound sense of camaraderie fills you enough sympathy to want to help the man in front of you. Alright, come on, I'll give you a hand. You know, a hand. Just, don't bite it, okay? I know you're hungry and all, but I am not food.
I remember that.
You stretch your hand towards collapsed Sungmin as he dumbfoundedly looks back at you. Finally, he grabs it with his and heavily gets up. Oh. Hey, you just rose up like... There we go. Okay, you go shower now and I'll make something for you in the meantime.
What? Are you sure?
Yes, I am. For once. You seriously better go before you stink up the place or I change my mind.
Alright, okay.
Bye. Before you can say anything else, Sungmin promptly disappears behind the bathroom door. Well, that's that. Time to cook now, I suppose. For a second, you wonder if you should put Sungmin's Queen of the Kitchen apron on, but quickly decide against it. That poor thing has probably seen more blood than your blood vessels have in your entire lifetime. You immediately start checking the drawers and cupboards in search for ingredients. What are we gonna make him that's not a human foot? You and Sungmin haven't really divided the kitchen space, but since you don't have a lot of things anyways. You took the liberty of picking an empty one and stored all of your things in there. As you go through the cupboards, you quickly realize that apart from the condiments and instant ramen, there's nothing of nutritional value. In fact, most cupboards designed for food are just filled to the brim with nothing but cup ramen. What the? You already felt bad for him before that, but now you feel really bad. What? But ramen noodles are good. You feel so bad, in fact, that you check your own cupboard to see if you could make anything with your stuff instead. Unfortunately, it happens to be the day when you ran out of almost everything, and besides a sad handful of oatmeal staring back at you from the bottom of a jar, there's nothing you could do to turn into a sustainable meal. Defeated, you turn to the cup ramen hoard raining on the shelves. Cup ramen it is, I guess. Hey, cup ramen is good. You pick a random pork-flavored package and start cooking. Hey, cup noodles is good. Ramen is good. I love cup ramens. Especially the buldak noodles. Oh. Okay, so we take this off and we put the ingredients in there. Put some water and put the lid back on and let it warm up. Easy, I've made these so many times. All done, I suppose. You try to squeeze out a smile as a sign of pride in your work, but no amount of grinning can make this sad excuse for a meal any better. All of a sudden, an idea pops into your head. An idea that's so foreign that your morals, that you wonder if you started going insane cooking that cup ramen. I mean, he's a cannibal, so what if you made some human meat for him to go together with ramen? Oh, I'm sick. You don't even have to look in the freezer to know that he has a containers full of human meat down there. If anything, you're grateful that he at least doesn't store it in the fridge. In fact, he doesn't store anything in the fridge at all. His side is always empty and yours just has some occasional milk and eggs here and there. Don't tell me he's just been surviving off instant ramen and human meat. This was me, like in peak COVID 2020. I was just surviving off instant ramen. Well, it's not really time to contemplate about Sungmin's dietary choices at the moment. He will probably be out in the shower soon. You have to decide. Okay, let's make him the human meat, okay? You know what? Why not? He'll love it. Well, he is a cannibal. It would only be natural to cook some human meat for him, right? You swallow as you open the freezer, cold air pouring out as if it isn't some sort of evil premonition. It's just chicken or pork or fish. You try to convince yourself that what you'll be cooking is anything but human meat as you reach for one of the freezer compartments. When you finally find enough courage to open it, it surprisingly turns out to be nearly empty. There's just one lonely container lying at the bottom. Honestly, it's not anything like you expected it to be. No gouged out eyes, no jars and with human teeth, nothing grotesque. Just one small container. Oh, okay. Well, he's an organized cannibal. What? Cannibal. What the hell? I forgot the word. For some reason, just the sight of it calms you down enough for you to simply pick the little plastic box up and shut the freezer without a second thought. You then absent-mindedly take out a pan and start the typical process of frying meat. Heat the pan up, pour some oil. By the time you are supposed to put meat on the pan, you've relaxed enough that you can easily do it. Thankfully, Sungmin has already pre-cut it into thin slices, leaving you with the easy part of the job. After a couple of minutes of spacing out in front of the stove, a familiar smell brings you back to reality. Ah, pork. It smells just like pork. Well, yeah, I've heard that human meat tastes just like pork. I don't know if that's true, okay? I'm not a human man-eating shark. Did you really manage to convince yourself that it is pork after all? What in the...
Hey.
Oh, wait, what is he wearing? Yes, I am pregnant. No, you can't touch my belly. Wait. Where did you get that from? What is this t-shirt choice? Sungmin,
Yes?
are you pregnant? No. Have you ever been pregnant? No. Have you ever impregnated anyone?
No, I haven't. What's with these questions?
Never mind. That's just very peculiar thing to wear, but why am I judging him? Come on. Why am I judging him? Anyways,
Something smells really good.
ah, yes. I couldn't find anything, so I made some cup ramen. And I'm frying some human meat. Sungmin raises his eyebrows for a second before he takes a step towards you. He gets so close that you can practically feel his breath on your face. Instinctively, you take a step back. Is he not happy?
You're burning it.
Oh, wait, you're right.
Can you fetch my glasses from the bathroom, please? I'll take over the cooking.
Yes, sure. Sorry.
Appreciate it.
Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to burn your meat, sir. You quickly make your way to the hallway. In a way, it almost feels like a dream. Or a nightmare. Regardless, you're just happy that you're not the one frying in that pan. Sighing, you step into the bathroom. Searching time. Oh, we're playing another mini game. Ew, why is there a tooth right here? What am I searching for again? I forgot. What are we doing? What are we looking for again? Toothpaste? Oh, for his comb? I don't remember what we were looking for. Tweezers. He's undies. He's got a lot over here. Oh, I remember now. He wanted his glasses. How could I forget? Of course. When you successfully get Sungmin's glasses and return to the kitchen, you find him already sitting at the bar table. The food ready in front of him. You hand Sungmin the glasses, his cold, bony fingers brushing against yours as he takes them.
Oh, thank you.
The man gracefully nods and you, a bit hesitantly, grab a stool and sit on the opposite side of him. Oh, why are you looking at me like that, sir? You assume that Sungmin will start talking first, but surprisingly, he continues eating, completely ignoring your presence. Seems like you'll have to be the one to start the conversation. Awkward. What does it taste like? I already know the answer to this. It tastes like pork. Unless I'm talking about the ramen meat. The ramen combination I made. Why do you need a housemate? I already know this too. Why do you eat people? I'll ask him why he collapsed. Hey, why did you collapse like that earlier? He raises his eyebrow at you, as if you just asked a very obvious question you already know the answer to. Alright, I already knew the answer to that, didn't I? And you do. Well, I was hungry. Sorry, I forgot. Seems like your workplace has been really overworking you, huh? What workplace doesn't nowadays? Fair enough. But still, maybe you should change companies. I feel like one day this amount of overworking will put you in your grave.
You know what? Maybe you do have a point.
Really?
I've stayed at this company for a tad too long. They will probably start getting suspicious about their higher-ups and clients disappearing soon.
Wait, what? You've been using the company's employees? Or not even the employees, the higher-ups and their clients to eat? They're what? Yeah, excuse me, sir?
It's decided then. Tomorrow I will start sending my application to new companies. Thanks, princess.
Yes, you're welcome. You want to bring his earlier comment up, but his face looks so full of newfound determination that you realize it's already too late. You spend the next few moments in silence as Sungmin finishes his food and you, absorbed in your own little world, stare out the window at the city drowning in darkness. The whole situation almost seems funny to you. Just a few weeks ago, you had nowhere to go and had to look for a place to spend the night at every single day. But now you're sitting here, sitting in this clean, cozy kitchen with a cannibal eating human meat by your side. Human meat that you have prepared for him. I did do that, didn't I? Nevertheless, you can't help but admit that you much rather prefer this bloodthirsty cannibal's company to your homeless life. What a cursed world we live in, huh?
Hey, princess.
Oh no, what do you got to say, huh?
Thanks for the meal.
Yes, of course.
You know, it's been a long time since someone made me a meal.
Okay.
Instead of me making a meal out of them.
What a thing to say. Could have just said thank you and just ended it at that. Is that his attempt at humor?
Well, I will probably head to bed after doing the dishes. While there's still time to sleep, you should probably do the same though. Sorry for waking you up.
How did you...
You already have that puffy morning face.
Well, at least he's honest. But he's also right. You almost started falling back asleep while sitting with him there. And you'd rather upkeep your sleeping schedule if you want to get a second job.
That wasn't an insult, by the way. It's kind of cute, actually.
Is he flirting with me? Oh, you are flirting with me. You should probably get out of here before he asks for seconds. Well, I'll leave you to it then. Good night, Sungmin.
Good night, princess. Sweet dreams.
Thanks. With that, you go back to your room and quickly find yourself falling asleep in the warm embrace of your bed. Fast nap. The next day, you can't help but mentally go back to your encounter with Sungmin. You feel that he is charming, interesting, dull, or horrible. You know, I don't think he's horrible. I also don't really find him interesting or dull, but I also don't find him charming. I'm gonna say I find him charming, just to see charming. You can't lie, there's something about him. Yeah, it's the way that he chops up the meat. Something that strangely attracts you despite him being a cannibal and a murderer. The fact almost makes you feel ashamed. You don't let it fully get to you, though, as your gratitude for the housing opportunity is far bigger than your sense of shame. The previous night only ignited your morbid attraction towards him even more, too. You wonder why. You spend the whole day thinking about it and don't even notice how quickly it passes. In the end, you go to bed completely exhausted after another day of hard work. Good. Oh, seriously? Again? It hasn't even been a full day, for God's sake. This time you didn't even waste time sitting around and immediately get up and swing your door open as you step into the hallway. Not him fainting again. Unless you stop in your tracks almost momentarily. The hallway turns out to be empty. Wait, what? What was that sound then? And there are sounds of water coming from the bathroom. Someone is probably showering in there. Then what was that noise? Surely you're not going insane yet, are ya? You hesitantly start walking forward before you notice something around the corner that was not there before. Something red. It's just a corpse. Have I really just... I don't care anymore. This is just normal to me. Just a corpse. Wait, a corpse! There you are. There she is. Seems like you've somehow jinxed it yesterday. Based on the amount of meat you saw in the freezer, or rather lack thereof, you guess that Sungmin has probably decided to restock. Jeez, this one looks really rough. Why would he need to tie it up though? That's a lady. What happened to your face? What the? You're still alive? Alright, okay, seems like this corpse is not so dead. Please spare me. I haven't done anything. Right. What are you supposed to do now? A terrified woman stares at you with a desperate plea in her eyes. Her arms and legs both tied with layers of thick rope. Definitely not something you expected or were ready to deal with when you were leaving your room. You mentally curse at Sungmin. You're not going to hurt me, are you? No, I'm not. That guy. Jesus, this woman looks petrified. Well, no wonder. She's practically head to toe covered in blood. Yeah, what did he do to her? What did he do to you, darling? But this is really awkward. She's just a poor innocent person with an insane lack of luck. And you know her fate better than anyone. Yeah, you're gonna end up in the freezer, woman. But do you really have any right to intervene? I don't think this is any of my business. Listen, if I save you, you're gonna go find the police. And then I won't have a place to sleep. Then please, will you help me? Instead of responding, you just rub the back of your neck, feeling conflicted about what to do. At the sight of that, woman's face sinks in growing hopelessness. What's your name? It's Princess. I'm Alicia. I'd say nice to meet you, but this is probably not the best time for that, huh? Yeah. God, he's so scary. I was just walking down the alley from work and then he just jumped out of nowhere. I mean, look at all this blood. He did all this to me. God, I don't even know what's going to happen to me. What did I do to deserve this? He's keeping you a prisoner here, isn't he? Well, you wouldn't exactly call it that. Come on, 2 people are stronger than 1. I'm sure that if we act together, we can easily overpower him. I promise that no harm will come your way. I might not look it, but I'm quite agile, you know? Well, you really don't want to risk being the one getting eaten instead. Oh, come on. Don't you see that I'm scared? Oh, yes. Yes, you can. Princess, please. I really don't want to die. I'm sorry. I'm not a hero. I'm not a good person. I don't care. I just want to have a warm bed to sleep in. Nah, I'm good. You're on your own. Instead of fear, Alicia's face contorts with rage at your refusal. How dare you? How dare you refuse me? Do you even know who I am? Well, I regret it. None. 0. You insignificant stupid. Yeah, no wonder. No wonder you were a victim. I'm sure you're a bit. Her yelling seems to attract attention because a freshly showered Sungmin creeps out from the bathroom. Slowly, he slinks up behind Alicia and... Oh, shit! Damn, Alicia! What the hell is he doing to you? What was that? Sungmin stands victorious over Alicia's now battered corpse, though you doubt she had any chance in the first place, being tied up and all. Oh, damn, his stomach is growling. Oh my, you're covered in blood, I see.
This made me hungry. Good thing I brought home takeout.
At first, this remark confuses you until you glance down towards Alicia. That's definitely one way to call her a corpse.
Hey, Princess?
You nervously look up at him. He doesn't want to make you into a home-cooked meal now, does he?
What you made yesterday was decent.
Just decent? It was my first time cooking human meat. Ours whole.
And your company was quite energizing. So I was thinking...
You were thinking what? Just say it. Come on. Say it. Are you into me? Are you into a shark?
Maybe we could cook together.
Oh, that's it? I thought you were gonna ask me to marry you or something.
We could share too.
Well, that's definitely out of character. On one hand, you kind of feel too afraid to agree. On the other hand, you feel too afraid to say no. But hey, who knows? Maybe it'll be a good bonding opportunity. And no more killings will happen. Yes. Right. Yeah, let's cook. Come on. Well, it's like Alicia was your friend or something. You have no qualms about helping Sungmin cook her. At this point, you've already done far worse than cooking a person. Plus, being on good terms with Sungmin, who is very much alive compared to Alicia, seems way more important right now. Sure, that sounds very delightful. I'm kind of a professional chef though, so stand back.
Well, you're definitely not bad. Though you should get more practice cooking meat of the human variety.
What? What does that mean, sir? Mister? Well, seems like this is your chance to do so. Okay, boss, what are we cooking? I'm guessing we're gonna cook Alicia, huh?
Well, I was thinking of making curry.
Oh, so you can make something besides instant ramen.
I actually enjoy cooking quite a bit. It's a hobby of sorts. If I didn't have to work this much, I'd probably spend more time indulging in that hobby.
Wait, wouldn't that mean he would kill more people? Without beating around the bush, Sungmin promptly puts you to work at the cutting board. Meanwhile, he starts cooking rice and cleaning the remains of Alicia off himself. Well, time to get chopping. Ooh, are we gonna cook? Oh, yes, not. Oh, damn, I can slap the carrot.
Oh, what is it? I'm sorry. Did I slap you too hard? I'm so sorry. Oh, damn, I chopped that carrot into little pieces.
Did I use my bare hand? Well, I'll use my tail this time. Ready, ready, ready? Ah, yes. Thank you, tail.
Oh,
Damn, she had a tattoo. What is that? Is that a gotcha tattoo? Okay, okay. Let's choppy chop.
ooh.
There it is. Some good Alicia meat. Once you're both done cooking, Sungmin takes out a second plate and looks at you questioningly. Seems like your landlord is inviting you to join him for a meal. A cannibal meal. Oh, do I eat the cannibal food with him or no? You know what? Fuck it. Why not? Let's try it out, you know? It's free. Well, you've already helped him cook human meat. Might as well try the fruits of your labor. You nod at Sungmin and he fills the plate with freshly made curry. Human curry! You look down towards the fresh bowl of curry. The warm aroma of the piping dish is alluring. Oh wait, I didn't mean to bring the mustache back. It has a deliciously spiced scent that dances across the kitchen, lingering delicately in the air. Various seasonings in the dish create a romantic, hot, and heavy, yet sweet, mouth-watering fragrance that you can practically taste. The human meat you cooked really adds some pizzazz to the whole thing, right? You nearly forgot that this curry is topped off with a nice serving of Alicia. You feel a little guilty that she smells so good. You both take the same seats as yesterday, and you can't help but feel a sense of deja vu. Well, partially because you did do the exact same thing the day before. This seems like a good opportunity to get to know Sungmin a little better, though. Oh, I can ask him something different now. Let me see. Why did you pick Alicia? Why do you even have enough energy to do this? I don't care about this one. What's your, backstory? What's up with the wardrobe? I'll ask him why he picked Alicia. Maybe if I ask him this, maybe there's a pattern, right? Maybe there's a reason why he picked her. Maybe she was a bitch. Why did it have to be Alicia? She seems sweet. Nah. Why am I a liar? Why am I lying through my teeth right now? Well, for the most part. But why did you pick her specifically?
I didn't. She was just there in the alley.
Oh, so it's not like intentional picks? It's just whoever? Allie?
Yeah, she was already covered in blood, fighting some other guys.
Oh, what? What are you talking about? She was? So you didn't do the blood? You didn't cause that blood harm all over her? I just thought
She was an easy meal.
somehow you're not even surprised.
Typically, I pick someone from the company I work at. Someone scummy, someone rich, someone I don't have empathy for. Then there are some days like this one where I just get lucky.
Oh, okay, I see. So you do pick on certain people that are scummy and rich. So I guess that makes sense.
You know, she was already killing someone.
What? Wait, she was?
And I could tell it was just a normal thing for her. A fellow killer's instinct, I suppose. But yeah, typically I just kill someone who is a source of other suffering.
Wait, I wonder if I would have tried to save her if she would have killed me and then the game would have just ended there. Damn, good thing I didn't.
That's the best thing I can do in this capitalistic hellhole.
Damn, that's the realest shit I've ever heard. You know, I've actually never told you, but I was homeless before this. If it weren't for you, I'd still be out there sleeping on a park bench or the nearest teddy table diner. Or, you know, shelters. If you can even call them that. Not that I was even let in half of the time.
Well, I'm glad you're here now, princess.
I am too, but it really is only thanks to you, Sungmin.
I didn't do anything. You got here all by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in a way, huh? As the conversation slows into comfortable silence, Sungmin begins to eat. Staring down at your own bowl, you find yourself hesitating. Are you guilty? Ashamed? Mortified? At the choices you've made to get yourself at this point? Nah, you should be. You know logically that you should feel all these things, but... Fuck. You really made some killer curry. Before you know it, a spoonful of steaming curry is already in your mouth. The mix of carrots, onion, and meat is devilishly delicious. Your brow twitches. Shouldn't you be disgusted by this? Wouldn't a normal person be disgusted by this? Maybe you're not a regular. Maybe there are two sides of you fighting for dominance. A devil? An angle? Or was it an angler? Antler? Doesn't matter. The food is kicking and you're the pro chef behind it. Not only do you enjoy this meal, but Sungmin seems to be enjoying it too. You think? His neutral expression makes it difficult to read him. You count this as a win anyway. Yay, we had human meat together. Oh, I got her an achievement. It isn't pork. Become a cannibal. You'd say the dinner goes pretty well. So well, in fact, that the two of you go on to have many more dinners together, spanning over weeks, then months, then a year. Before you know it, your relationship with her naturally progresses into something more romantic. So we do end up together. The two of you officially become partners. Partners in crime. You really let Sungmin cook, and perhaps that's what sets you in on this path. This path towards destiny. Towards the day that Sungmin proposes to you. What? I'm getting engaged too? Whoa! You didn't expect the abrupt nature of it all when he slips the ring off of your finger and gets down on his knees. The ring isn't your size, but you know you could get it adjusted later. Finally, all of your simping pays off. Of course you accept. Your wedding takes place at the most classy location anyone dating a cannibal would choose. Where would that be? At the butcher shop? The butcher counter at the local market? Of course. All the meats and knives that I can see. Naturally, it's a breathtaking ceremony. Even the shoppers can't help but stop and stare in wonder. Or rather, in fear? No, they are probably just jealous of your supermarket wedding. A supermarket wedding? I mean, I'm down. If there's meat, I do love meat. I do love meat. Hand in hand with Sungmin, the two of you will have a very grotesque, disgusting, and gory future. Exactly the way you hope it'll be. Sungmin has successfully risked you. Yeah? Is that right? I got risked up by the cannibal? Or was it you who risked him? Who cares? Congratulations on your marriage! You got an ending. My housemate, for one. And you didn't even fall off a cliff. That's cute. Oh, that's so cute. I got the wedding ending. Oh, wait, is that a meat cake? That's a meat cake. Yay. In sickness and in health. Wow.